Somehow we found a way to win. And I told the guys in the locker room, I knew this was going to be a really hard game. That's a team that's playing well. They played well in Reno the other night. Really probably had the game won, at home, and really a tough break for them, losing the game. They're tough-minded. They're well-coached. They were in a game rhythm, and they really came in and frustrated us early, which happens a lot. And we look like a team that's been off, And again, when you play against that matchup zone and whatever, it's really hard to get into any kind of a rhythm. They really did a great job of frustrating us. They made timely shots. But again, this is not a beauty contest. It's not a dance competition. It's basketball. It's hard to win, and you just got to find a way to grind out wins, and somehow we did. I tell you what, I thought Joe Palmer changed the game for us tonight. We really had nothing going and just brought a ton of energy, offensive rebounds, knocked down shots, had a huge block. And I thought that run that we made at the end of the first half was just massive for us. We got down 12, but we found a way to rally. I was hoping we'd come out of halftime and play a little bit better. But again, that's a tough-minded group down there, and they made some really, really timely shots, when they had to have them. But again, somehow we found a way to get that thing to overtime. We got a couple of steals late, and we proceeded to turn it over when we did, but then we got another one when we needed it the most and somehow sent it to overtime. And I felt when Josiah hit that three, he's kind of just coming back right now. When he made that big three to finally put us up three, it almost just sort of felt like a little sense of, mojo coming back, so to speak, and we found a way to get a great win.
Did you see change in the eyes of guys like Isaiah and Niko and Joe, like you said, after having kind of a slow first half but then coming out swinging in the second half?
I don't know. I mean, I thought that, again, I thought we held them scoreless for a long time, like the last 6 minutes of the first half, and so we were able to dig in defensively and make a few buckets. But those guys have been through the wars before. The one thing about Niko, man, it can be a strength and a weakness, but one of his strengths is he never really gets too up or too down. He makes a mistake, and he doesn't stop him from going to make the next play. He kind of, but then he goes, and I think some of that can be healthy, too. You can't let that mistake, weigh on you and lose confidence because the game keeps going on, because he made some great plays tonight, but we obviously had a couple of crucial turnovers, but then we did get that last steal when we needed it.
How, just from your perspective, that final 30 seconds, how did it get to where it got to from what you saw?
Man, it all happened so fast. It's a situation that we'd actually been practicing. We actually practiced because we had been in that situation in Utah and Boise a little bit, right? We were down, playing comeback game. We've got to press, see if we can create a turnover, find ways to score quickly. It's very difficult to score quickly against their matchup zone, But again, we did a good job in the press late. We ended up we knocked a ball away a couple times. Again, we just turned it over, but then we got another steal when we had it. So just tried to stay poised and say, what can we control? The next thing we do, we got to press. We got to try to create a turnover, and we did.
Yeah, how much does it probably help? You didn't get those results late in Boise and Utah State, but you can run that press a pretty decent amount. That just familiarity for guys.
I hope so, and you got to be able to play in all situations. A lot of times early in the year, we were playing with the lead a lot late, and so we hadn't played with the lead a lot late. So, again, all those situations come up. Listen, guys, you're going to be in close games all year. That's just what it is. I mean, look at our league right now. Every game is really, really difficult, and wins are just precious. And so we found a way tonight. Hopefully, again, we get back in a little bit of game rhythm, and hopefully get some confidence that we found a way to get this done. And I'm excited to get back out there Friday night. And play.
I was going to say, do you hope that, I'm not sure momentum carries for days, but just some confidence from how you played in overtime, get that feel back, and like you said, turn right around and play pretty quick?
Certainly hope so. You know what I mean? I certainly hope so. But, again, listen, I wish, today was frustrating, whatever, but at the end of the day, this is going to show a win in the win column, and hopefully it's something, again, we can build on here moving forward. But, yeah, we'll have to continue to play better, and I believe we'll play better Friday night.
Niko, this is kind of, up until overtime, a similar script to the game here last year against Air Force. Were there
bunch of tough threes at the end of the shot clock. You seem kind of exasperated at times when they kept making some of those tough threes. I mean, how much do you try to relay that to your team that it's going to be frustrating, just kind of stick
Well, that's really all we talked about for 2 days was just that's what it is, right? And when they get into a rhythm, I mean, Bo Becker and Taylor, I mean, how many just tough threes. And they do a great job executing, and they find them open, and those break your heart, right? You play defense for, 26 seconds, and they end up burying it. And it's equally as frustrating when you can't get anything going on offense, right? Probably the biggest thing that I was disappointed in offensively for us, we didn't find a way to get the ball to the post. We were really poor that way. To their credit, I thought they did a nice job adjusting to how they guarded us last year down at their place. It's always a little bit of a chess match. Really did a great job of not allowing us to get the ball in the post. And we did have guys open. I thought we were really, really hesitant, but we did not throw the ball into the post enough. And we've got to be able to do a better job of that to attack these guys, because that's something I think we're good at. We were not able to do that tonight.
That's something that's been brought up a lot, is going through practice and really trying to prepare the team for those last second shots. How did you feel going from practice to the game that the team just really handled that? Do you think that everything you had told them they kind of did?
I think they practiced well. I do. What was interesting in practice yesterday, we did a game simulation, and I shouldn't bring this up, but did a game simulation against Scout, and Scout got up 12-1 on us. And it was just kind of the same story, right? We missed a bunch of open shots. Cole Gentry and Joe Deciman are on Scout team. Joe Deciman just buried 2 dagger threes. He's Bo Becker in practice, and we had a turnover that was just unfortunate, kicked to bounds, and I'm like, well, here we go, and I'm like, I stopped the press. I'm like, guys, this is kind of sometimes what can happen against these guys, but we've got to stay with it. And I didn't intend for it to happen in the game, but that's exactly what happened. But maybe that allowed us to stay with it. I don't know.
Niko, how much can this be a learning experience for you guys? Typically when you guys are struggling offensively, you can lean on Pat to get easy buckets down low, and obviously he hasn't played a ton tonight. The one shot he did make was a corner 3, and like you said, they were just denying hard, especially in that first half of in the post. I mean, how much can you guys learn from that to find alternative ways to score?
I think we can, but we got to get him the ball in the post, and I'm gonna put that on me too. I thought we had good, but clearly I didn't help them enough, to find ways to get the ball into the post. I've got to be better that way. But then I thought we got a little hesitant, when we had him, we kind of, sometimes the guy's open for a split second, you got to deliver it, and we were a little bit hesitant. And then I thought a couple times he had good position, and they were able to reach around and knock it away, and, he's got to, do a better job sometimes at getting catches. So it's all those things, with me and all that stuff. But when we play them the next time, we'll be better at getting the ball in the post, because you're right, Pat's a big part of what we do offensively.
Coach, what was said in the locker room at halftime? Because you guys came out a much different offensive team, I thought, in the second half, shooting almost 10% better. What was said? Was there anything specifically that you had told the guys to look for in that second half?
I just, tried to play with a little bit more pace, be a little bit more aggressive, keep our integrity of our spacing. I don't think it was anything crazy. We really wanted to get the ball into the post a little bit more, but it really didn't work out, that way. So again, I'll give them credit for taking us out of that part of our offense. And sometimes it's just as simple as a few shots going down, right? A couple shots going down. Joel Scott, I thought, was terrific, got some huge offensive rebounds. Joe Palmer got some huge offensive rebounds. And sometimes it's just you need a couple things to go your way just to kind of get your mojo back, so to speak.
Thanks, Niko.
Thank you.